All right, let's talk about a game changer in life: financial independence and the pursuit of early retirement. Picture this: waking up on a Monday morning, not because your alarm is screaming at you, but because you're ready to do what you genuinely love. This is the dream that the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, is all about. So, my hope is now, if you're a millennial, you're probably juggling student loans, rent, or a mortgage, and maybe even credit card debt. On top of that, there's the pressure of keeping up with friends who seem to be living their best lives on social media. It's a lot. But here's the good news: financial independence isn't about deprivation. It's about designing a life where money works for you, not the other way around. Let's break it down. The first step is shifting your mindset. Most people think of money as something you earn to spend. But what if you thought of money as a tool to buy freedom? Every dollar you save and invest is a step closer to buying back your time. And time, my friend, is the most valuable asset you'll ever have. Now let's talk numbers. To achieve financial independence, you need to know your FIRE number. This is the amount of money you need invested to sustain your lifestyle without needing to work. A common rule of thumb is the 4% rule. Essentially, you take your annual expenses and multiply that by 25. So, if you need $40,000 a year to live comfortably, your FIRE number is $1 million. So, that might be the max that you can build up your assets with. Once you've hit that, you can withdraw 4% annually and theoretically never run out of money. Sounds simple, right? But how do you get there? Let's talk about the two pillars of the FIRE movement: saving and investing. First, saving. This is where budgeting comes into play. And before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Budgeting isn't about restricting yourself. It's about aligning your spending with your values. Start by tracking every single dollar you spend for at least a month. This will give you a clear picture of where your money is going. You might be shocked to see how much you're spending on takeout or subscriptions you barely use. Once you've tracked your expenses, categorize them into needs, wants, and savings. Needs are non-negotiables like rent, utilities, and groceries. Wants are things like dining out, entertainment, and that daily latte. And savings? Well, that's your ticket to freedom. Here's a tip: follow the 50/30/20 rule as a starting point. Allocate 50% of your income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings. But if you're serious about FIRE, aim to save at least 50% of your income. Yes, it's aggressive, but remember, the more you save, the faster you'll reach your goals. Now, cutting expenses doesn't mean cutting joy from your life. Focus on what truly brings you happiness. For example, if traveling lights you up, prioritize that and cut back on things that don't matter as much. Maybe it's ditching cable for a cheaper streaming service or cooking at home more often. Next up, increasing your income. There's only so much you can cut, but your earning potential is limitless. Consider picking up a side hustle, negotiating a raise, or investing in skills that can boost your career. Remember, every extra dollar you earn and save brings you closer to your goal. Now let's talk about investing, the real engine behind FIRE. Saving money is important, but letting it sit in a savings account won't cut it. Inflation will eat away at your purchasing power. That's why you need to invest. But start with a solid foundation. If your employer offers a 401k with a match, take full advantage of it. That's free money. After that, consider opening a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, depending on your income and tax situation. These accounts offer tax advantages that can supercharge your savings. When it comes to investing, keep it simple. Index funds and ETFs are your best friends. They offer diversification at a low cost. For example, an S&P 500 index fund allows you to own a small piece of 500 of the largest companies in the US. Historically, the stock market has returned about 7% annually after inflation. This is how your money grows over time through the power of compounding. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: debt. If you have high-interest debt like credit card balances, prioritize paying that off first. The interest you're paying is likely much higher than what you'd earn from investing. Use the snowball or avalanche method to tackle your debt, depending on what motivates you more. Once your high-interest debt is under control, build an emergency fund with 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. This will act as a safety net and prevent you from dipping into your investments during unexpected situations. Another crucial aspect of FIRE is optimizing your lifestyle. This doesn't mean living like a monk, but it does mean being intentional. For instance, consider house hacking. This is where you rent out a part of your home or buy a multifamily property and live in one unit while renting out the others. This can significantly reduce your housing costs, which are often the biggest expense for most people. And transportation is another area where you can save big. Drive a reliable, fuel-efficient car and keep it for as long as possible. Avoid car loans if you can, and definitely steer clear of luxury vehicles unless you can truly afford them. Let's not forget taxes. Taxes are likely one of your biggest expenses, so take the time to understand how you can legally minimize them. This could mean contributing to tax-advantaged accounts, taking advantage of deductions and credits, or even relocating to a state with no income tax if it aligns with your goals. Community is another often overlooked aspect of FIRE. Surround yourself with like-minded people who understand your goals and support your journey. There are countless online forums, social media groups, and local meetups where you can connect with others on the same path. Having a support system can make a world of difference. Finally, let's talk about the mindset. Pursuing FIRE requires discipline and patience. There will be times when you're tempted to splurge, or when progress feels slow. Remember your why. Maybe it's spending more time with family, traveling the world, or starting a passion project. Whatever it is, keep that vision front and center. And here's the thing, you don't have to wait until you hit your FIRE number to start enjoying life. Find joy in the journey. Celebrate small wins along the way. Financial independence isn't just about the destination. It's about creating a life of purpose and freedom, starting now. So take that first step. Start tracking your expenses, build your budget, and commit to saving and investing. It might feel overwhelming at first, but every big journey begins with a single step. And remember, you're not just building wealth. You're building the life you've always dreamed of.